Everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College. Going to go through a song called So Nice, also sometimes called Summer Samba. Let's see who wrote it. And, the only chart I could find was in this thing called the Jazz Fake Book. And like most lead sheets, it's kind of wrong. I listened to several versions, and so I'll make the corrections for you. So let's take a look at it. It seems to be I have this song as a piece of sheet music somewhere. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to go look. All right, let's see here. I'm going to say if it's in here, it's probably, that is it. There it is. I can't believe it. I cannot freaking believe it. All right, we are in luck. Okay, here it is, the song, and it's in the same key. I'll copy this too and make it available to you. I would put the F in, so it's not really B minor 7, it would be B minor 7, flat 5. And here they have B flat major 7th in all the versions I've seen. But every time I heard it, it was G minor, almost the same chord. And then here, G minor 7 flat 5, which really is the same thing as E flat 9. And then go to the E flat. Okay, so it's an okay arrangement. Let's get back into Summer Samba here. As always, the chart is wrong, but let's start with a F. It's going to be a major 7th. That's kind of going between a major 7th, a dominant 7th, and a 6th, which is very nice. So let the melody create the harmony here. Don't try to put it all in down there or anything. B minor 7 flat 5 is what I hear most often. So you could keep it pretty sparse. But I like putting the F in. I can hear that on most recordings. And you got to think, it sounds bad on that note, doesn't it? But a B minor 7 flat 5, one of the correct scales is Locrian mode, which is just those white keys, C major scale, and there's the C right there. So we've just got to grin and bear it, accept it. It goes by so fast. everything doesn't have to be perfectly harmonically, stable at all times. Things can be kind of in the cracks there. E7, B flat major 7th, but I always heard G minor. All right, so we got to play a bit of a G minor chord here. And then flat the 5, still G minor. It's really the same as the E flat chord, right? Because if you took that G minor 7 flat 5 and put E flat down there, you have E flat 9. But the way I always hear it is as a G minor first, then the G minor 7 flat 5, and then the E flat. And I always like to put a little more rhythm in that. And that's a little part of the altered scale right there. And just learning a song like this that's got a little bit of altered scale in it, even if you haven't studied the altered scale, don't care about the altered scale, at least it puts the sound of it in your ears and the feel of it under your fingers. And I can't emphasize enough how important muscle memory is when it comes to playing jazz. Yes, you're improvising, and so maybe you're doing something different every time, but you will rely on things that you have in your muscle memory. And so I've never really been one to emphasize playing a transcribed solo, but I play a lot of classical music, and so that's note for note the same way every time, and you get those kind of patterns and things under your fingers. I think, if you want to get that kind of muscular memory, that it would help to play some transcribed solos. So, you get them to where you can play certain licks and lines and don't even have to think about it. And then, when you're improvising, that stuff will work its way into your playing, even if you're not specifically trying to put it in there. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so A, 7th. Now it says the sharp 5. Okay, so that's like an altered chord. We usually call that the flat 13. So that would probably be the best way to play it, like that, and then add the melody up here. D minor 11th. Sometimes open voicings aren't always the best choice. I mean, certainly we could play something like that, which is an open voicing, but the closed voicing is really beautiful. Now, I didn't have a third in that chord, but I went to it in the melody. I need it in the next chord. All right, let me scoot over to the next page here. So a typical bass is just root and fifth, so add some chords in with the right hand. But I did say it should be G minor, right? They both sound good. Play it the way you like it. notice I'm doing like that a little bit, like Ricky Don't Lose That Number from Steely Dan. Now, I wonder if anybody from South America would, write to Steely Dan and say, bass players don't go like this, right? Right? And say, well, that's wrong. But the thing is, it sounds good. And not only that, the drummer usually goes a boom boom on the bass drum. So even if the bass player is just playing steady, that little boom boom is there. And if you're playing solo piano, why not do it at least some of the time? It just kind of helps to keep the rhythm going along. Now, you can do so much without doing that. You can really, those chords were so wrong. Everything was wrong about that. But I was just trying to demonstrate that you don't need too much going on there with the left hand.